Cheers, gentlemen. Raise your
Cheers.
glasses.
I got the glass
for,
today.
for a good game. Look at us, man. All responsible guys, all just hydrating right now.
Hydrating. That's it.
Good for us. Good for us, guys. This is the pregame show, and it's brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. I am joined by Nino from Nino's Corner YouTube channel. Go check it out. You'll know him on Twitter. Coach Dub, IT guy, Lando, IT guy. Also, Lando show on YouTube. If you like the Cowboys, Lando is somebody you want to go check out as well. How'd you feel, man? Just give me a sentence on the Eagles Cowboys matchup. Street fight.
I went to sleep. I went to sleep with a smile on my face. Don't call it a moral victory though, but that's in its simplest form. That's my sentence.
Man, that was a street fight of a game, dude. That was
It was. It was fun. Fun brand of football.
Crazy.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun, guys. We're just going to talk. I love the pregame show because it's really low stakes. We just hang out and we chat the hour before the game. We chat with y'all. We tell you what we want to see. Post-game show is where the high highs and low lows come. But right now, everything's theoretical and feeling good, guys. We're going to face the San Jose State Spartans. They are a pass-heavy team. Ohio State also, right? They had better receivers, no duh. But Ohio State was more responsible. If you were in X coverage, they wouldn't throw it. San Jose State was like, look, man, we got to eat, and they're going to throw it no matter what. So DBs are going to be tested. That's a really fun factor. But before we chat about all that, guys, if you don't know by now, what are you doing? The number one place for team news, recruiting news, analysis, or just hang out and crack jokes with the boys. InsideTexas.com. You can join for $1 for your first week and get a full year to The Athletic. Value. Look at us, boys.
Coach, your comment's funny. I'm laughing at that.
All right, Chad.
We need a bottle for that.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Sheesh.
Save those water bottles for throwing. One of the greatest moments in Texas sports history. Hands down. People were mad about that. I was like, this is incredible that we were able to intimidate a ref. All right, first thoughts. Well, we're going to talk through what we want to see. We'll do the offense and the defense. But my guess is it's not going to be a ton of schematic stuff in this matchup. It's more of a holistic response to Ohio State. Coach, just like give me one thing off the top of your head that you want to see occur today.
Oh man, I give you the coach's point. A clean game. I don't want a ton of penalties in situational moments, right? That can hurt us or put us behind the sticks or whatever the case, right? Ruin a touchdown, ruin a big play, something like that. Just clean up the penalties and the mistakes.
Cool. Nick, what you got for me?
Yeah, man, I just want to see Arch get settled in. Sark, just get a game plan for Arch. Get him settled in, some easy throws. Just get him in rhythm, because we're going to need him here, just for the next, hopefully 16 games.
Lando.
Both great points, and just to make sure that we get three different opinions as far as what we're looking for, I'll also add to that power run, just downhill physical run game, getting a couple different guys involved, not just the two that we saw lead the tandem last week, but guys behind them who may or may not provide a little bit more explosivity in the running game. But I do say I had the luxury of having a really good view, an angle of a couple different runs from CJ Baxter, and I even talked to his mom after the game just to commend her on the job that she did raising such a quality young man. But just where he is today, to play in that game and to even have the amount of carries that he did, that short removed from a pretty significant injury for a running back, right at 230 pounds, the short area quickness to be able to do some of the things that I saw him do on the field yesterday. I get it. We haven't seen that big explosive run from him yet, but I like to think that that's coming. But yeah, man, just a slightly different identity with new personnel up front. Get those guys confident and bullying an inferior opponent, so that whenever a matchup against another team like Ohio State presents itself, or here, let's just say 3 weeks against Florida, and then shortly after that OU, and then the like, Texas can, when they absolutely need 1 to 2 to 3 yards where they got in trouble last year, they can lean on those guys up front and be the hammer. So I'm looking forward to seeing that get going.
Yeah. Who's the backup QB today? Luckily, our Joe Cook on site was able to just post the depth chart that they have in the press box here.
Okay.
So what we have here, boys, is quarterback. It's a little hard to see, but I'll read it to you. I'm a real good reader. Arch Manning is going to start. Big. And then we have Matthew Caldwell as the backup quarterback. Then it's an or with K. Ooh, this is interesting. KJ Lacey is the third quarterback or Owens. So Trey Owens listed as last on this depth chart with some ors. So
man,
it's interesting. Okay. And then at running back, your starter is going to be Trey or Baxter, followed by Gibson or Clark.
Okay.
And we expect to see the backs this Eric's been reporting. We expect to see more backs. We're looking for a little bit more explosiveness, right? Like we know we've got the smart, hard-working player in Trey. We know we got a big back in Baxter who can pass block. We need to see what we have from Gibson last year. High highs, low lows. That's another kind of power back style. Christian Clark's the one that we think might have the home run ability. And so we want to see him, and we should see him. Like I said, the run defense of San Jose State is not good. So we'll talk about that in the keys. At Z wide receiver, the starter is going to be Livingston. No surprise there. Followed by Mosley or French. Mosley still coming back
Injury.
from secret mystery illness or injury. And then slot receiver DeAndre Moore, followed by Niblett or Dalen McCutcheon. And then Ryan Wingo, Khalil Lockett, Aaron Butler at X. And then H, no surprise there. We have Jack Injuries, Townsend or Winston, and then tight end Y in that 12 personnel, Spencer Shannon Spencer Shannon, then Jordan Washington. And then Connor Stroh looks to have to start again at left guard.
Wow.
And so same kind of thing on the offensive line. So that's our depth chart right now for San Jose State on the offensive side of the ball. Things that stick out, definitely Trey Owens. Because it's not listed. Yeah, I mean Trey is older than KJ, so that's weird.
And that's crazy because I saw Trey after the game last week too, just talking with his family, and it's just wild. It puts into perspective, man, how young these kids really are. Like he came out of the locker room with the red rosy cheeks and the baby face. It's just our expectations are so incredibly high for these kids, but at the end of the day, they are still kids. But yeah, it's just the culture of competition, man. If you're older, if you're younger, it don't matter. It's guys got to earn their spots, and so that's good to see that Sark is letting it truly be. Guys win the backup job, win the starting job, win the third string job. It's a constant competition. That's how you cultivate the factory, right? The program factory. Whenever you put 23 guys into the NFL 2 years in a row, there's more coming. The cavalry's coming. So that's what that speaks to me.
Yeah, and I bet behind the scenes in practice, scout team, whatever it is, KJ's probably been lighting it up, right? And you earn that. Moving their placement on the depth chart by how you do in practice every day. It is a competition every single day. And so I'm pretty sure KJ probably had a good showing of being, Julian saying last week, right? And so it's probably like, you know what, this kid probably deserves a little more snaps. Let's give him some team snaps now, right? In the 2 deep versus just scout team only. So you never know, how that goes. But I'm willing to bet that he probably earned that or spot, even behind Matthew Caldwell, because he had an or behind Caldwell as well. So you never know how he's going up the depth chart.
Yeah, that's not by accident. I agree, Coach. That's real.
Yeah, Caldwell is interesting. I mean, I want to see backup quarterback today. Not for a lot of it though. I want to see Arch getting those reps, and we'll talk offense, but I do want to see backup quarterback. It's not that surprising for me with Caldwell. He can operate that style of offense that we have, older guy, and then he came in and kind of assumed, with confidence, hey, I'm an older guy. It's hard to just show up a place and kind of try to assume some leadership, but he was able to do that, and I thought that was important. Most importantly, I want to see how – yeah, there we go. Leonga. They've officially put it down. No Leona. Leonga Lafau. There we go. Official on the pronunciation guide.
Leonga.
Okay. Let's talk.
Morning, Cesaro.
Cesaro, what's up, boys? All right. Yeah, Cesaro's going to have a good morning, apparently, from his comments. He's going to be chilling. He's going to be chilling hard during the game. What do we want to see on offense? I say we, but I make these graphics, so these guys can argue. These guys can argue with me, and
we agree with it
and add stuff and all that. So what we want to see, the royal we, Arch makes easy throws.
Yep.
Hey, shallows, drags, slants, things that are there. We know you can complete it. I want to see that stability come back for him. You know, he made the nice throw to Livingston, the crazy throw to Injuries.
Yes, awesome.
His upside was on tape, but the floor was underground at points. So that was a big factor. So I just want to see him calm down, operate, and I think Sark is gonna make him prove that he can do that today.
Homer, do you kind of do you get the sense, anybody too, just for the panel obviously, but in the chat as well, do y'all get the sense like maybe we're talking about just the quick and easy passing game, get a rhythm going? Don't y'all feel like RPO would be a great way to do that? Just because he's essentially got it's a 3-way go built in. You know, it's just simplify the read, make a quick decision. Short, quick, shallow, intermediate throws weren't an issue for Arch last year. He completed those at a really prolific rate too. So it's not like he can't do it. It's not like we haven't seen him do it against SEC competition. And you know, so it's just all the expectation, man. That's what I just was trying to hammer on last week in the immediate aftermath when there was seemed to be a lot of overreaction, which is just whenever the weight of the world and the pressure that people who don't even otherwise care about football or Texas Longhorns football in general, they know who Arch Manning is. And so it's a lot to sit on and stew on and marinate in for an entire offseason of expectation. You go out there on that stage, right? So I feel like that's a good way to get him going. Just RPO game, man, because it's like gives him a couple different options, but it's a quick decision, and then he gets to be an athlete, right? If all else fails. So,
you know, I think that's a good point, especially for someone like Arch. I feel like Arch is one of those guys who wants some contact. Like I feel like he needs the juices going. So the RPO game is perfect. Like he wants to be in the action. Like he's a running back or something else, right? And it's like, hey, Arch, you're a quarterback. But everybody has their way of getting into the flow of the game. Quinn was easy screen passes. Like let's get him going this way. So everybody's different. I think the RPO is a better option for Arch, and I'd kind of get him in the game, get his juices flowing, and let him see the game a lot clearer. The picture, make a picture a lot clearer for him. You saw when we kind of went up tempo, had some RPO last week versus Ohio State. We started to move the ball. Like I think he's that kind of rhythm quarterback. Let him use his legs, let him, use his arm in that way. And I think you can get him adjusted to the game a lot faster.
Yeah,
agreed.
Also, I want to see a little bit of run game from him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because that element gets sort of built in. Yeah.
Yes, let him run, man.
Post-game presser, he said, if I had one regret, I would have got Arch. I would have made or let him feel contact quicker in the running game just to sort of settle the nerves, right? And so that I absolutely expect to see that tonight.
Yeah. Exactly, man. Let him run. He's a big player, man. You know, what is he, 6'4", 230? So let him run, man. Get him some contact, also. But I also think people need to understand that was game one, right? Game ones are very hard. Every quarterback kind of struggled last week. Cade struggled last week with Clemson. Arch struggled. Nobody looked really good except the FSU quarterback. So, I look at football, it's like prize fighters, right? Prize fighters kind of need that warm-up game first, like prior to actually fighting for like the championship. And I think if Texas would have had like some kind of warm-up game last week, they'd have had a much better game against, the previous opponent. First game of the year, folks, should be fine. Arch will get his thing going here for the next 3 weeks. First real test is going to be Florida after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to see – there's some gamerness to Arch, and I hate that analysis because you could literally say it about any player. It doesn't mean anything. But Arch has gamerness, unfortunately, and I think you need to let him throw a little bit, take a couple shots, both in the run game and deep. Let him really feel like he's playing football. I mean, he kind of did the post-game. Sark kind of did the let Vince be Vince thing that Max said, and that's kind of a factor that we need to look at. Another big key for me is quarterback, wide receiver connection for that to improve. So, I've seen the all 22 now. Guys were open. So a large majority of that is the narrative that Patricia put Sark in the blender is a really fun narrative when you only have the broadcast copy. But as soon as you get the all 22, that's not what occurred.
There was a 25 to 30 plus yard gain left on the field on the opening snap, y'all. Let's not be ridiculous. Come on now.
Yeah, once you can see the secondary, so on the post game, I just need to be like, I will let you know my opinions on the secondary after I have the all 22 because there's literally no way to tell. You cannot see them. But that's a big thing. So a lot of it was, I felt bad for DeAndre Moore because he couldn't get a catchable ball from Arch, and it's like, well, where Moore disappeared that game. It's like, dude, Moore didn't stand a chance. He couldn't complete to him. So that's what I want to see. Quarterback, wide receiver connection improve. And then this is tied. I want to search for that number one pass catcher. What was kind of frustrating last year is we ended up with this first rounder in Golden, and we didn't even realize it until like the end of the season, you know. And I thought he showed it versus Michigan, like on those quick outs. Quinn was really good at. I thought he showed it early for some reason. I know he struggled to pick up the playbook. That was kind of a thing that he said, "Hey, I had to learn more." Yeah. But I want to identify who it is, and I don't care if it's, you know, people will be like, "Wingo, dummy, look at him run." And I'm like, I'm not taking anything off of athleticism. Like, I want to see who it is. Is it Wingo? Is it Indries? Is it Livingston? Let's figure who that is. Search for them over these next 3 games, and then who's our go-to when you got to win the game. Let's try to figure that out sooner rather than later this season for me.
Yeah,
These right here from Mr. Indries, by the way. Sticky.
Hey man, Jack Hendricks is the truth, ain't he?
Sticky.
He's the truth, man.
Well, it's also
I was
going to say, I thought he was the best offensive player.
See. I don't
So
disagree.
that's going to be a factor.
Yep. I agree.
And I also just real quickly, if there's anybody that's still pessimistic for any reason, not necessarily leading into this matchup, but what a blessing it is to lose 14-7, leave a lot of points on the field to the defending national champion Ohio State Buckeyes on the road with the first time a full starter in that environment, a really young offense with a lot of new moving pieces, to lose 14-7, and for us to be sitting here and a lot of people talking about a get-right game. If a 14-7 loss to the best team in the country a year ago it now quantifies or warrants a get-right game, what a blessing that is to be, if you're a Texas fan, a Texas media, a Texas X, whatever. What a blessing. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a blessing to have these next 3 games. I mean, look, it's fall camp. It's an extension of fall camp. Let me be real about it.
Yeah,
it's an extension of fall camp, and everybody get a chance to be right. Like, you know, you fix time and find out who your targets are. The depth, you can work on that. Like, it's so much that you can do with these next 3 games. I'm excited. And if we're the team we think we are, and Ohio State's the team we think they are, then we'll see them again. But if
we're gonna see them.
We got a lot to prove, a lot to go.
Yeah,
Quentin.
Dang, drop the bomb on us. Let's go, Q.
Dang, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
My boy Q.
Shout out, Nino. Thanks for coming on the show and earning us that, dude.
Oh man, look, man, I've been kind of MIA a lot lately. And you know, look, man, I'm in the military. Everybody knows that. I just found out that I got orders to San Antonio, you know, for next summer. And so trying to get all that stuff situated here over the last 4 to 5 months and figuring out which command I'm going to take. So that's why you guys are sending me MIA, but I'm back. I'm back, folks.
Let's go.
Good,
I'm back
man.
all over YouTube, right?
Good. All right, guys, before we keep going, let's hear a word from our sponsor, guys. This is a hell of a collab we got going. Some things just go better together. Burgers and fries, Friday nights in Texas football, and now Academy Sports and Outdoors and Whataburger. Your favorite new tailgate combo is coming in hot. Academy Sports and Outdoors is teaming up with Whataburger to fuel your pre- and post-game traditions. It's a match made in Texas. Score your limited edition gear at Academy. Get everything you need to host your own Friday night tailgate: canopies, cornhole boards, jerseys, stadium seats, and more. Shop exclusive Academy and Whataburger gear while it lasts. Dig in now. Guys, I know when the campaign ends. Dig in now. I'm telling you, they're not just saying it's only running for, it's not a trick. You got go there now. Trust me. All right, guys. So my next piece is going to be the run game.
Yeah,
we want to see explosive plays, right? We didn't get any runs over 15 yards. I think that 15-yarder was from Arch.
Yep.
So we want to see explosive plays. Paul Wellington puts it great. He says you need to grade running backs on what they add to the offense, not what they benefit from the system. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. So if your O-line is blocking up great and the first guy comes up and hits you, that's not a good run because there's a free man in the run game. Who's responsible for who is that, coach? When that safety comes down that's not blocked, who is responsible for beating that safety?
Hey, running back, you got to win your one-on-one matchup in the hole, man. Linebacker, safety, whoever it is, you got to make one guy miss, sometimes two.
Yep. Yeah. And so that's the big key. And then yards after catch. There's several plays where, the line got blown up and Baxter got hit at the line and he kept driving his legs. Love to see that. But we just need to see more yards after contact in general. And when you're one-on-one, and I get it, guys, that safety they were one-on-one with sometimes was Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs, yeah. I was about to say.
Might be the best player in college football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's important. It's important. It's important context, most certainly. But still, I think fans sometimes are like, "Well, that guy was right there to hit the running back." It's like that's the running back's guy. He has to beat him. That's how it's drawn up. So big thing there. And then running back rotation, we talked about that to see Clark, Gibson, Baxter, who looks like he could be the lead back today. And then Clark is who we're most excited for with home run ability. If you can get Clark who can move, hit home runs, and now everybody else, you got a pass protector in Baxter. You got Trey whenever he's back in the mix, ball out. And then Gibson, did he get better? That's really the question there.
True.
And then this tied together, O-line domination in the run game. Their run defense got ran all over by Central Michigan. If you watch that game, they went for 109 yards in the first quarter. They bully balled them. They went into 13 personnel. Basically, CMU was in goal line package to open the whole game, and it was really effective. This is the flip side. We could do that.
They had 2 guys average almost 6 yards, or one guy averaged 7 per carry, and another guy averaged 6, and they toted that thing for 236. Man,
well, here's the problem, right? What's the responsible thing to do in the game plan? Line up in 12 personnel and run over them. But I don't want to see that. I want to see Arch.
We got to see Arch get comfortable. We got to see him get comfortable, right? So I don't know.
There's always that push and pull, right, Nino? Yeah. Like that's kind of one of the things that I was looking into last night. And it's interesting, like when you got matchups like this one today, Texas and San Jose State. Texas clearly knows they need to work on some things. They clearly know that they got to get their quarterback comfortable. They clearly know that they're still trying to sort out the O-line continuity. They clearly know that they're looking for some extra explosivity from the running back room. So it's like, okay, like Homer just mentioned, the responsible thing to do is just to say, okay, we're bigger, stronger, faster than you, but we got to sort some things out. So is it part of the opening script? Hey, is that low-hanging fruit? Are we going to go do the things that we're the worst at just to grind some things out for when it's going to come into play and matter more down the season? Or are we just going to try to execute better and, stick with the same game plan that we had last week? Are we going to do a little bit of both? And then on top of that, how much are we actually withholding for our future matchups? Like we said, later this month, early next month, whatever, Florida and OU, and then the rest of the SEC slate. How can we do both of those things without revealing too much based on our adjustments from week 1 against Ohio State? So it's just this weird trichotomy is what I called it of push and pull, like trying to sort things out. But I know Sark's got a handle on it all. I'm just excited to see what they go with today.
Yeah. I thought about that too. Like you have so much to, I guess, fix, work on. You got to show something. And so people don't get data points on you, your film on you. It's like, man, whereas before you're like, we could have came out vanilla. We won last week or whatever the case, right? It wasn't a struggle, uphill battle last week, but you got to show more these next 3 weeks because you got to know what you can do well.
That's
so you
true.
got to show. So teams can be like, okay, this is what they do well, right? So we got to do a great job of self-scouting. I really think that's the key. No more predictability, none of that. No more being predictable, none of that. We got to self-scout well and find out what we do these next 3 weeks, man. And so I'm excited to see exactly how we look.
Yep. I guess the Trey Wisner report is officially out. I don't know if you wanted to touch on that, Homer.
Yeah, Joe just texted me. Or texted, yeah. Wisner is in street. Yeah, Wisner is in street clothes. So we don't expect him to play. Eric on ITP was hinting at an important player being out. He said it wasn't a big deal. Like expect them, they'll be fine. It's not a major thing. I would assume that was the player, but I don't know. It could be
more
different.
so just precautionary reasons, maybe. No need to.
If that was the player he was talking about.
And it's San Jose State too. So honestly, folks, this gives us an opportunity to really see Jared Gibson and Christian Clark and just see how much, both are kind of just made strides over the offseason. So I'm excited to see Clark, man. Clark, I think, is going to be that guy, man, that, eventually we can use this like that 1-2 punch, right? We need that 1-2 punch. We don't have anybody who can just hit the hole and get like 15, 20 yards. So he's that guy for us, man. Let's see if it happens this week.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the keys for the offense here. Apologize, guys. I'll turn off my little ringer here.
My stuff's been digging too. I had to mute my stuff.
Like, this is what's happening. This was happening. All right. So that's the offense. The responsible thing to do is line up in 12 personnel and run all over them. But we need to see Arch. We need to see receivers. So maybe we simulate that in the play action game. We can go 12 and still pass. Maybe that's what we look. Sark in the presser talked about arch under center,
Mhm.
which is code for play action. So that's going to be something that's big. But really, man, just Arch gets his groove back. And then, Ohio State just becomes an anomaly, right? Just a single data point means nothing.
Yeah.
Now, but if you start to see it multiple times, now you can draw trend lines and, so we just want to see we're good there. Let's ball. And I want to talk about the receivers and give them credit. Body language was great. Like that's frustrating when your quarterback can't get anything to you, right? Like, the first down is there, a 30-yarder is there, and he misses you. Jeremiah Smith had bad body language downfield. When Sane would miss him, he would throw his hands down or whatever. Smith was off his game, dropping balls, and in the all-22, he's frustrated because he's like, I just beat my guy and it's not there. I want to shout out to the wide receivers because it would be easy just to be like, I'm open. So they handled that situation really well. So good coaching in that room.
It's like, and I don't know if it's playing into what you're just mentioning there, Homer, but we may recall the third drive of the game, right before their third possession, after he had already had 2 drops in that game, Jeremiah Smith, to pacify him or to settle him, one of the two or both, they put him back on punt return, and he was the return man in that game. So yeah, it's just goes to show you too. Arch isn't the only one that has jitters. He's not the only one with all these lofty expectations. He's not the only one who has just things to sort through, right? Just as far as getting comfortable again. It's still a new year for everybody, so.
Right.
Well, that's tough, man. You're Jeremiah Smith. You're being called the first or second best player, depending on if you put Downs first. I do put Downs first. Because Downs doesn't have genetic thank you parents aspect. Like Jeremiah Smith, born incredible, so it's like Caleb Downs. It's like, Caleb Downs, there's some real like hyper intelligence in his game. They call him Coach Downs, and so that's why I give him the edge. But Jeremiah Smith, incredible athlete. But it's a good point, Landon. He also has all this pressure because everyone's like, he's great. I thought he could have gone pro out of high school. So it's like, I get that too. And he was frustrated. You could tell he was pissed versus Texas last time. He wanted to show it off. And then you get a young quarterback, right? In the season, you're trying to get a Heisman, Yeah. So that is tough for Smith. And I think that's a really good thing to point out. All right.
Does anybody have any – it's kind of – because it kind of plays into the O-line getting big and bully ball type mentality, right? Does anybody have any overwhelming thoughts on Jordan Washington in line from last week? I didn't have a chance, admittedly, to study and look in too deep into that. And where I was sitting in the crowd, I didn't have the best view of like just personnel and all that. So my game watch, like pre-watch or the first watch wasn't great. I didn't have the best point of view. I don't know if anybody has any strong thoughts on that, but I'm definitely curious to see how that continues to manifest moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's a development thing. But like Washington, any of the young guys, like they got to learn to mix it up. Injuries was a willing blocker. Shannon was willing to mix it up. Townsend got in on the slam block, going back across the formation and ran right into the defense end. Like he gave it his all. But I think it's working harder for some of the younger guys, man. It's just you got to get the physicality part down and getting the right. You think about it, tight ends used to block in high school when we were coming out. Now these kids are in spread. They're playing 7-on-7. They're in space. They're learning to block once they get to college.
I hate it.
They're glorified slot receivers. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man. A tight end that doesn't know how to block is not a tight end. That's a big receiver.
That's a big receiver.
Dude,
they need reps too, man.
Bring back fullbacks. Bring back real tight ends. Like these guys are big receivers. I don't like it one bit, fellas. All right, we good to move on to what we want to see from the defense? Let's do it. Okay, run game shutdown. This is not a good running offense. They have Lamar Radcliffe as their second guy. He's like 6'2", 220 or something. I think I'm adding a little bit of weight to him, but he's a big back. You don't see him that often. Their number one, Floyd Chalk the fourth, I believe. Little bowling ball back, like short but weighs like 190. And he has a little bit of speed to him. They'll bring in a quarterback in a wildcat package as well that will run draws and reads and stuff like that. And then once they'll do that like 4 times throughout the game. And then, of course, at the end, he's going to throw the pass, right? So that's the run game. You should be able to shut it down very easily, especially with what we saw from interior defensive line play in the All-22. I really loved what we were able to do between the linebackers and the interior guys. So I don't expect them to have any success on the ground. If they do – if they get like one explosive because we're out of a gap, okay. But if they're like consistently rushing, that would be kind of nerve-wracking for me. So first things first, shut down the run game.
Right.
Here's what fans were begging for. They were mad. They were like, where were all the sacks versus saying? They made 4 attempts downfield past 10 yards, guys.
Yeah.
When they did go downfield, they were single reads.
Yeah.
So he was able – it was just a fade, or it was Smith on sail, and he hit his first read. There was no drop back.
No.
You can quick pass short, and you can actually quick pass deep if you single read. You can't quick pass intermediate.
Right.
But that's what it was. But this game's different. He gets a big quarterback. I like him. He really struggled. In his first quarter, he fumbled on his own 15 during a sack, and he threw 2 picks, and he should have thrown 2 more. But then he responded and cleaned it up, and he played solid through the rest of the game. But Egot's a good enough quarterback, guys. Like, you'll be impressed sometimes with his arm. He's aggressive. But they do take downfield shots far more often.
Yes.
You should see sacks. You should see pressures, and you should
interceptions, baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He'll yeet that thing, man. He will yeet that. I watched that game last week against Central Michigan, laying down in bed. It was Friday night, the night before Texas Ohio State. So I got a decent understanding and a feel for what they do. 43 pass attempts, by the way, in week 1 for Walker Eget. And if you look at the handy dandy Burn Orange Bible here from Paul Wadlington, you would have known that prior to that game last night, San Jose State threw the football, or last week, excuse me. San Jose State threw the football last year 75% of the time. They want no part of running the ball, right? 11 total attempts from their number 1 back that Homer mentioned, 5'7", about $190. But Texas can play. You know, we were talking about against Ohio State. How do we get Jelani McDonald, Michael Taft, and Derek Williams all on the field at the same time? And then who's manning the slot? Well, this offense here is going to give you chances to have 6 DBs on the field in some cases, and Texas still won't have issues stopping the run as a result of that. So, dime personnel, you guys, I'm. This has been one of my biggest offseason talking points for both for Texas and the Cowboys, and beyond the importance of the defensive tackle position. Look where Texas spent the most time, money, and resources into this offseason.
The interior of that line, man. And they balled out.
It's not.
They balled out.
I got Sooner Cowboys. I appreciate you, man. Let me talk my trash, because I watched your game too, man.
Yeah, right.
Go off.
FCS, they get 35 points. They tried the whole second half to score, and they couldn't till the end. FCS team, y'all gave up 100+ yards, 4.5 yards per carry on defense to an FCS team. Your offensive line is sketchy. You guys can't run. Materia is single read. If you just protect the seams, y'all aren't scoring deep. Y'all are in a lot of trouble. I don't know if Michigan will do it because I haven't watched it, but y'all are in a lot of trouble too, man.
35-3 against Illinois State.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hear it.
What are they?
FCS teams are
Redbirds or something like that?
The Fighting Redbirds, baby.
Yeah, the Fighting Redbirds.
All right, so we're going to get the ability to do the sacks, pressures, QB hits, so fans should feel happy there. Yeah. This is going to be another fun one. Littleton, all right, Scudero, he went for what, 180 or something in game 1? This tiny little slot.
Let me see. I got it right here. 109 catches, 189 yards, and 1 touchdown for an average of 21 yards per catch.
So Scudero, man, like, you see him in Power 5 soon. Tiny little slot. He has really good change. First off, he's fast, but they do a lot of short concepts too. So he'll come off the line slow, and you get used to that. And then he just turns it on, man, and he gets you deep. I'm not surprised if Scudero wins a matchup and goes for 40 for a touchdown this game. Like, that's a tough matchup. Littleton is not taking this week. He goes from Ennis, and you're like, well, he's playing San Jose State. Trust me, Scudero's a good player. He has back-to-back matchups that are going to be important.
Got a little Wes Welker to his game, man. Like, he's one of those receivers. If you're not watching, he'll run by you or he'll get open. Like, he can run some routes. So it'd be curious to see how we play that and play those guys. Well, I think this is a good game, like, to work on communication. Like last week, I know we're playing Ohio State, but even in some single reads, guys were not communicating in the secondary as much, because I think they fell asleep because they wasn't expecting much. They didn't do much on Ohio State, but this week I want to see guys communicate and make that off-schedule play where Makuba and Barron were last year, right? and had no business playing deep third, but here goes Barron and go play the ball back there just because he felt that he read it, right? And read route concept. So I want to see who's that guy this year in the secondary that can actually do that, because I think it's needed today. This is the game. You work on your game, work on your man skills, your technique, everything, and communicate. I think it's a perfect game for down the road somewhere.
Yeah. I kind of have it's not a differing opinion necessarily. I wasn't overly impressed or overwhelmed with Scudero's like route running ability necessarily. He's got verticality for his like for a smaller guy. He will get up the field and he will stretch it vertically, but I don't see like so there's a couple different ways to evaluate or process like short area quickness. He has stop start ability with the best of them. I noticed that. Like you can definitely
he's more quick and fast, but he's still fast though.
Yeah.
Right. But also too, you don't see a ton of like I don't see an elite change of direction from him necessarily. He can stop, start, and get like it's more sagittal playing, if that makes sense. That could have just been their approach with him and their matchup identifiers. Like just they want him being that matchup in the slot. They're like, okay, we're going to take this up here, but I don't know.
It's not the whip route, right? It's not the skill you see of an underneath slot receiver. What he does well is he comes off the line slow on short stuff, and then they'll throw to a spot, right? It's a timing thing. But what he does is they'll do that so many times with him setting you up that the nickel corner, whoever ends up on him where he's at, will kind of just immediately go up to man it, and he'll come off slow, and then he'll turn it on and that's where he catches you and catches guys. So that's going to be an important side of it. They have, I think is it Leland Smith, the big 6'4" boundary receiver.
Big guy.
Yeah, they have him as well at that X spot, and they were throwing some deep, especially when they were trying to win late in the game. They were throwing it up deep to him and letting him get it. So I think they have two weapons there. Interesting.
He's a jump ball. He's a jump ball player. They'll say, hey, even if he's not open, he's open. We'll let him try to go win a 50-50 ball.
Yeah,
they did that. He's gonna yeet that thing, man. I'm telling y'all, he's not
gonna
scared.
throw it.
He will throw it.
At all.
He will put it in harm's way.
Yeah, and so that's a good point, right? And he'll put it in harm's way. So they like to throw these deep field outs, and Egan has the arm for it, but the timing, I mean, it takes like 45 minutes regardless to get the ball to the receiver. And if the corners play aggressive and they jump that, it's a pick six. I mean, and so it's just that there's real options here. Like I expect to see San Jose State hit a bomb on us because we'll see the don't get caught sleeping. I think it's kind of, if they're running 70 plays, you're asking not to get beat once.
It's hard.
It's like it'll probably get you once. And they're so obsessed with the pass anyways, they're going to spam it. And they also might throw things that are unsound where the DB's like, no way they would throw this. And then they do it, and then they're able to catch it because you're like, you weren't supposed to do that. But corners secure the interception, pick six on the outside. That's a huge possibility. And like I said, don't get caught sleeping because they will lull you to sleep with some underneath stuff, quick game, and then that's when they're going to go over the top. And we played a ton of man versus Ohio State. A lot of single high, tap up in the post. So, hey, yeah, let's play man. Let's see what we can do because they're going to be in a lot of empty. But, we all know fans love man. There's a risk to it. Jalen Gilbo gets beat, right? So that can happen again. So if you want to play a lot of man, hey, let's have fun. But you expect them to win.
Right.
At least one of those plays, right? So those are the big factors for me on defense.
I love that we've been talking about defense for like 10, 12 minutes or so now, and we haven't even really touched on edge yet. Like, just our horses, our thoroughbreds, man, getting after the quarterback are going to get cut loose today, and it's going to be fun to see what they can come up with. Like, you might see on a few different, like if you're one dimensional, I'm sorry, you can't beat Texas. You just can't. Like, it's not going to happen, obviously. The spread is what it is for a reason. That shouldn't be breaking news to anybody. But the point being is that you're going to see some situations where maybe zero defensive tackles are on the field, especially in third down situations. And Texas is going to have four guys standing up along the line of scrimmage, and they're going to go to work. So I'm really looking forward to watching that.
Yeah. It'll work this week, right?
Yeah,
we didn't tweet out the picture of the quarterback for San Jose State and trash talk before this game. Maybe we'll get some sacks and more pressure. We'll see.
So I see a ton of freshmen too, also getting some snaps too, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing, hopefully Lance Jackson gets some snaps.
I was just about to say
last week. Man, he's a monster, man. Like I would love to see Lance get some. Yeah, man, he's awesome. He's awesome.
So Homer hates the Bauer Sharp guy. Yeah, for sure. I don't like tight ends that can't block, dude. Also, where's Cowboys Sooners? Canick. That's a receiver, by the way. He can't block. Y'all are in trouble, bro.
Do we wanna talk about the $1 million pay cut last week, or are we gonna just let that one slide? Or
Huh? What happened? Say it again.
So BB donates back $1 million of his salary. They frame it in a really beautiful way. It's to help the team.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Do we-
I knew it was happening.
we also want to talk
hear it out
about
loud again.
I would have been like, as soon as AT&T former president, as soon as if we're all donating back our salary, let's do it as a team, right?
Yeah.
Let's all do it.
do we
OBV.
also? And I know 50% of Sooners is my people, or of Sooner Cowboy is my people. So I'm gonna do this respectfully. But if we're in here, and I know you're being playful, so I'm being playful back. Just understand this is respectful.
Sooner Cowboy is always fun.
But do we also want to talk about Jim Nagy, general manager, one of the most respected talent evaluators in the National Football NFL draft world, now coming along and being brought on? But there seems to be a level of, let's just say, organizational misalignment, right? Jim Nagy doesn't answer to Brent Venables. He answers to the athletic administration. So
It's called dysfunction, Orlando. Come on.
It's a dual government. The flow chart
dual government. Yeah.
It's a dual government.
So it's that's going to be interesting with them. They can always frame it in the nice guy way, but that was weird. Other coaches have done it, Florida State, but things aren't going well when you do it. So that's going to be a big factor. Look, man, here I watched their game versus Illinois State. All seriousness, like a true breakdown. Materia is still one read and run. Okay. Yeah. Their big plays are generally up to seams. They're single read. If you protect the seams, you're going to shut that down. They're over relying on the screen and short pass because they can't get the run going. They don't have the blockers for it at tight end, and they don't have the offensive line for it. It's pretty rough, man. Illinois State at times had 5 men in the box, and they were able to stop the run. Illinois State. And so it's a little scary there. So Mateer had to go off for like 300 and something yards because he is the offense. But if Michigan, and I haven't watched enough Michigan to say this is just an if Michigan can play from a light box, Illinois State could. So I bet Michigan can play from a light box, focus on stopping that Mateer deep passing attack. Whenever they had to drive up the field, play, not a shot, they couldn't do it, man. So this offense right now is overly reliant on Mateer. And Mateer, when he does do it, it's single read. And I like Mateer, but we need to see it from there because a good team that makes them drive the field without a run game, good luck, man.
Exactly.
The defense was also the defense was super aggressive versus an FCS team. So what I'm thinking there is either like they're going to be that aggressive, opening up the ability to counterpunch, or they're going to do something very different versus Michigan, and it was a ploy. And they were just putting it on tape, and they're actually going to drop back more versus Michigan. I've heard their receiving core is not too great, but still, it was so. I was like, why are you guys doing this? This is like beating up the third grader. It's like it doesn't even make sense. Why are you even showing these looks on tape?
Or maybe, Homer, maybe it's because they need to get their guys some confidence because maybe they don't think they're that good right now.
Yeah, but their defense, they're always around the ball. They're super aggressive. The athletes are there. They look physically impressive. I mean, it looks like a fun defense, but you're giving up 4.5 yards per carry. And they got several explosives. Yeah. It'd be different if they gave up 100 plus yards and one of them was an 80-yard touchdown. That's not, so it's like whenever you play bad teams, what you do poorly, you have to pay attention to because that's going to haunt you, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not what you do well because what you do well doesn't translate. A good team can shut that down. What you do poorly absolutely translates.
Yes.
And so you don't. So, if Arch throws for 900 yards today, I do not care. If Arch throws for 20, I'm terrified.
I got a problem.
So it's like
a problem.
So that's what's going on with that. And so OU had a lot of things that were nerve-wracking for that. So that's just real analysis, not even talking noise. But I didn't watch enough Michigan to really do the matchup here. But I can game plan Mateer. That's easy. It's just if you have the horses to do it, that'll be the key with it. But I'm really excited for that game, dude. It's gonna be really, really. It's good for the sport game. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited to watch it.
Yeah.
So there's two blue bloods, two of the all-time winningest programs in college football history, and I think I forget the number that Game Day mentioned, but it's like 1,600 total all-time wins between the two or something like that, something crazy. But they've only met one other time. Did you guys mention that yet? When I just stepped away?
No, I didn't even know that. They only met one time.
Yeah. They have one previous, unless I completely misunderstood, but I think that's what they said. Kind of interesting. One other quick point, real fast. I just kind of want to poll you guys, and then we'll let the chat weigh in too. But do you pass heavy scheme script? This is a pass heavy team, right? Texas obviously has plenty of guys that they feel confident placing out there. You expect more nickel personnel to slow this down? Like, let's just say early on, or you see some dime. What do y'all think as far as personnel deployment? How do you
want to face in non-conference? You want to face teams on the extreme, meaning that you want to face an option team that only runs, or you want to face a spread and shred like this that only passes. You want to stress test your offense in certain key, but you can keep it contained, right? There's no threat of loss, but you get to really test. And so, yeah, man, let's see dime. If we need dime versus – now there's not a ton of crazy passing attacks. OU will be one. Florida should be one. Right. But playoffs are going to have several. So, yeah, let's see the dime. Like, let's get like good reps here. If they're going to extremes, let's see what the extremes of our defense can do and get reps there. I think you can shut it down easily with the nickel. But, hey, let's get reps in dime and take advantage of facing a team that is so lopsided to the pass. That's my opinion. What do y'all think?
I'm gonna agree with that. Like, I think it makes a match. Try something. Try nickel. Try dime. You can go quarters. Like, different things. See, just test it out. Like, are you really in fear of this team beating you? No. All right. You know, if they give up a pass here and there, okay, maybe let's scrap that. Let's try this. You're just trying to get reps. You're trying to get film facing this type of offense, right? Because you may see it down the road if you face an LSU, you may face a Clemson, who can throw the ball. All right, what's our best defense versus the spread, or if somebody goes bunch or trips or whatever the case. So, you need to find out, what you're good at, how defending this type of offense. So I think you kind of throw everything at it and just mix it up and see who's the best, who plays together, most cohesiveness, communication-wise, like the whole nine. What's our best front four? Do we go 3 down? Do we go 4 down? We can go penny. Can we mix it up and play it different ways? I think you just try everything.
Man. Hey, Coach, I agree with you. Reps, man. I want to see Grayson Littleton out, a lot. I want to see Kobe Black in there a lot. I want to see what guys are going to step up today and make plays, all right? Because, look, we're going to need these guys later on. And, look, after seeing what happened last week with Littleton and seeing just how, grown he is right now at like 18 years old, I want to see more of that. I want to see how that's just, just actually going to build upon here, just hope for, just for like the next 4 or 5 games or so.
All right, guys, before we keep going, I want to show you guys something. We'll look through this collaboration here. Check this out, boys. This is the Whataburger Academy collab. Let's just take a little stroll through here, see what you guys like. I like the hat first off.
I love the hat.
You got the stadium seat for I hate metal bleachers, man. This is a way you guys can combat that. That looks real solid. Nice gear. You got the Hey Dudes if you want to go Whataburger. Gentlemanly shirt here, something for the kids. Looks like we got a tote here. Keep your stuff cool. That's going to be nice.
Hey, as a dad, a lot of this stuff is intriguing to me. I will just say that there ain't much more of a flex than like just being more over prepared when it comes to all the different items that can be
tailgate functions. Joe got the football for his little daughter. She liked it.
That's awesome.
6-month-old or whatever she is now, she can approve it for you guys. Stay out of that Texas heat here as well. All just cool shirts, man. They got a jersey here.
I like that jersey.
Little onesie. I see if Joe got that. But guys, this collaboration, it ends soon. Trust me, it ends very soon. You guys should go check it out. You can get it online or go to your local academy. Guys, what a combo.
I will say navy blue and orange does actually go well together. I have a couple different like Texas specific fits where I incorporate navy blue into it. It's got a little Whataburger vibe to it.
I remember at the School of Communication, those are our colors. Like we go with the navy and the orange when we were there, so it works. So yeah, Sports Talk Jay, give me that Whataburger pullover, guys. Go online, get it. Nice. Get you something. We're Texans. You gotta do it.
What's the
All right.
official stop sign of Texas, real quick? Is it Whataburger or Dairy Queen?
Whataburger.
Like, for y'all, like your
It's
opinion.
Whataburger. It's
Whataburger.
Whataburger,
It's
man.
gotta be.
Yeah.
It's gotta
Every
be.
time I come back home, I don't go to Dairy Queen. I go to Whataburger. They
Yeah.
got Dairy Queens all over the country.
They do.
I'm about to hit up- I'm about to
They
hit
got
up
a
some
Dairy
Uber
Queen
Eats
up
right
here in
now.
Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? I don't got a Whataburger in Connecticut, man. I need
We
some
got
spicy
Whataburger
ketchup.
in the parking lot of Academy in Denton. So I'm like, this is real nice. This works out. All right. So we talked over what we want to see, man. We just want a fun game, man. We don't want frustration. You know, that's the big
Right.
thing, you know, and hey, it's 3rd and 2. You better convert. Like, I want to see 50% plus. I want to see situational football too, you know, not just arch completing. It's like, this is the time you get the game reps, and then the situations. This is how you get kicked out of the playoffs. You know, finish in the red zone, finish on 3rd, get your reps here, man. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll translate, but if you don't do it, that'll definitely translate. So that's going to be the big thing here for this game. And then we had Ken, their coach, and I don't want to butcher his last name, but he was awesome, man. He came and did an interview with us a couple months ago. Really, really like that guy, man. Of course, Navy, so he's coming from like this option world.
Yeah.
Then he goes to the spread and shred. You got to love a coach that'll change it up. I mean, most of them are like, my system is my system, you know, and he's like, nope, what do I got at San Jose State? Okay, we got receivers. So that's going to be a really cool factor. So, and we had Nick on the other night on a live too. He covers San Jose State. I just been really impressed with their staff, their reporters. Like, it's a cool fan base they have over there. So respect to the Spartans, but unfortunately, we're going to have to beat them soundly to feel comfortable there.
Yep.
That's going to be the big factor for me. Anything we missed, boys? We got, I don't know, 8 minutes to hang out until the game starts. So
I really don't think so either. What's the spread right now?
What was it?
I don't know. I don't even look at the spreads.
I don't either, but I know that I figured y'all were going to ask like for score predictions, so that's usually what I just base it off of.
Let's
honestly,
see.
I hate score predictions. I'll never make you guys do them. I'll make y'all do them, but not me.
We had it on round
Texas
table, but
36 and a half.
No one
Texas
ever comes
36 and a
back.
half.
No one ever comes back and says, "Great job on your correct score." prediction."
Yeah, I know.
It's
trap,
always
dude.
you
It's a
suck
trap.
in your score. Yeah,
It's
there's
definitely
no
a trap.
upside to giving score predictions. We'll do it because the chat likes it.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I'll give them 10 points. I'll give them a deep score, and then I'll give them they get to the other side of the field and they kick a field goal. Like, I'll give them that. Anything past that, I'm like, okay, maybe we need to reevaluate some things. But I'll spot them 10 points. I think Arch should be out there. I want Sark to really utilize him. So I don't know, something like 45-10 or whatever feels right to me.
Ooh, okay.
I'll say they get, like you said, they're liable to hit one big explosive play in the passing game, but I don't think that they have anybody like Marco Scudero or
Scudero.
just said Marco. Scudero is not gonna, he's not gonna talk about baseball over here. Scudero is not going to outrun the Texas secondary, I don't think, deep over the top. I think it's going to be tough for them to meticulously just march down the field, right? So it's going to have to be one big play, and then it's like, okay, you're still throwing the football even in the red area where it's tough to throw the football. I'll give them 3 points, but Nino said 36.5. So just give me something like 41-3. Then Texas covers the spread, something like that. I don't see them getting in the end zone though.
That's a good one. I'm going to go something a little bit different, man. Y'all remember that game about 7, 8, maybe 10 years ago, where we had the coming out party of who's it, Chris Warren, against Texas Tech.
Oh, Chris Warren was crazy.
Look, man, I got a feeling that this is going to be a game where somebody's going to have a huge coming out party today. I think they're going to run all over him. And I don't think it's going to be by choice. I think that they're going to try to run and get some good yards, but get, arch and sink. But I got a feeling that they're going to run all over this team, and it's going to be a lot of long runs. Maybe this is the Christian Clark game here in the second half where he just trounces people. But I got Texas, man, big in this game. I'm going to give him 7 touchdowns and 2 field goals for 55 points. I'm going to go 55-3 Texas.
All right.
Okay. Y'all remember
I'm feeling it.
Coach,
y'all remember the game versus San Jose State? I think during the Herman years, I think we beat them pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think they scored, right? Yeah, it was a bad game. I was thinking that, and then I was like, this is just not Stark's mentality. Like I think if he has a big enough lead, hey, let's get out of here, type of mentality. So I give Texas 48. I had San Jose State scoring 9. I don't think they scored a touchdown either. I think they kicked 3 field goals and go from there. I think they drive the ball, but I don't think they score. So I give them 9.
Well, see, the tricky part, right, is I think they could get like a 40-yard score, but you'd have to get to the 40 to do it. And so I'm not super confident on their ability to march up the field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where I think you get a 3 or whatever, but I'll give them 7. But it's going to be really hard to even get to that position to hit that 40-yarder that I think can happen. I just think they're so hyper fixated on it. I think they have a couple of guys that could catch you. Once again, guys, 1 out of 75 reps.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where I think. But I think anything in 10 below, 9, somewhere in there is fair. If we don't let them get over the top at all, I think that's awesome. That's a great sign.
Yeah.
But they're just obsessed with it, and they'll throw it when it's unsound. And DBs can get caught because you're like, there's no way he's going to throw this, and then he does throw it. So, but I also expect out of that 45, I expect a defensive touchdown to be a part of that. So, some type of pick 6. That type of thing, because he does put the ball at risk. So we'll see. Central Michigan did show a lot of interesting stuff versus them. All right, you guys want to do a score prediction on Michigan OU just for get the chat going?
Let's do it.
And this is so uneducated because I know OU and I passively watched a half of Michigan. So this is an uneducated take from me.
Oh my God!
But I see holes in your game, Sooner Cowboys. I see holes in your game.
Did you see? It was an astute point. I thought earlier. I mentioned it in the chat from Josh, who touched on Venables' energy or lack thereof on the game day set when they were doing breaking down film. You know how they bring him up on stage with the crew. Brent Venables is an overly enthusiastic, defensive-minded head coach kind of guy, right? He's rough and tumble, like rah, that type of vibe, right?
Yeah.
Run through a brick wall pregame type deal. I didn't see any of that energy from him on that set, and so it just sort of speaks to. He also made a point above. It's no longer Brent Venables' team. This is a Jim Nagy led. It's orchestrated from somebody other than him. So,
how did Underwood look? I know he's incredible future, but did he know what the hell was going on in that game? Like I said,
he looked decisive in the run and the pass departments from the limited time that I got to spend watching him too.
So that feels like Mateer to me then too, because Mateer was like when his single read was there, seam for 30 yards, if not pull it down. So I don't know, man. How is Michigan's front? Because if you can't run at all, we know the pass is coming. It's really Michigan's front. If Michigan's front is good, now you can stop the pass in the back. Underwood's the question mark. Young quarterback, really aggressive defense. They're going to make you think, right? Does that freak you out? Or can he counterpunch, right? Because they're sending that blitz. Now that guy is open. Now you can catch and run. Or you guys blitz your gaps, and Underwood's a freak athlete, runs outside. But really, to me, it's Michigan's front here. Is what will determine what they can do in the back end and therefore try to frustrate, because Mateer was throwing it all over the yard. That's the big factor.
One time, New Mexico moved the ball against Michigan quite well. They was able to run and get some stuff on them. So I don't know. It'd be tricky to see. Michigan just has to tackle well in space, because I didn't think they did a good job versus New Mexico last week doing that. And on those one reads, those quick slants or glances, whatever, you got to bring the receiver down, or not he can get extra yards to go to the house. So I think that's one thing to watch out for.
This is so uneducated. I don't know if Michigan has the horses.
Mm-hmm.
Other SEC teams do.
Yeah.
I guess I should have watched Michigan. My heart tells me OU.
The game.
My heart would tell me OU loses this, but I don't know enough about Michigan in a close one. And then Mateer has the X factor. If you protect the seams, they win. So OU loses by 1.
I got 24-20 Michigan.
You got Michigan?
Michigan 24-20.
I see a lower scoring affair, something like that too, Nino.
I don't know. It may turn up. It may be a track meet in Norman, man. You never know. I'm expecting defense to make plays.
Hey, that won't be bad on a nice Saturday night.
We get the 31-30 game, and I'm gonna say go blue on this challenge. Yeah, I can't think of you to win. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do
No.
it. I
Can't do it either,
cannot do
man.
it.
Cool. We'll see. But regardless, man, I'm really excited for this. OU is a team that I watch that I have a lot of fun with. I do like VB's style. And then I want to see what Arbuckle can do in Mateer. So all the trash talk and all that stuff, I am interested in this team to see what they can do. I'm also interested in Michigan. Bryce Underwood's really, really special. But are you special yet? That's the big question that we'll have to see. Guys, now we got to watch Texas, San Jose State. We got to see how that goes. And then this evening we can turn on some Michigan OU and hang out.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Joe Tessitore and Jesse Palmer today. Let's get it.
Let's
All right,
get
let's
it.
do it. All right, guys. This was the pregame show, and it was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Let's get this W.
Dubs.
Y'all. Peace.